Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this week? I'm better. I'm better. Okay. I'm way better. I'm so much better than I've been. Um, God has been really showing out. Like when I say really showing out, he's been really showing out. Things are really happening. Things are really going on. And I must say, I am fucking excited. I'm really excited because now that I have the biggest thing that was on my plate out of the way and it's over with, and I don't have to worry about this piece of my life for the moment, I can now get down to what needs to be done. Oh, it's about to storm. Okay, I'm sitting, let me give y'all the picture. I'm sitting by my bedroom window overlooking the city. Phoenix is beautiful. Okay, we'll start there. Secondly, we're in monsoon season, so we've been getting hella rain. And when I tell you I am in love with the rain, always have been in love with the rain. So right now, currently, I'm sitting here watching the sky flash from lightning because we're getting ready to have a storm tonight. So it's not gonna last long. It's probably gonna rain for like 20 minutes and then it'll be over. But it's always pretty to watch, especially from the inside. So, guys, tonight we're gonna spin this boat a different route, okay? Because y'all know I'll be coming on here and I'll be talking about my problems and I'll be talking about us being better and us doing better. And tonight I feel like being a little messy. And it's not even being messy, honestly, but I feel like it's time that I face the reality of what I'm experiencing here. And being the mother that I am, the woman that I am, I try my hardest not to drag my kids' fathers, right? But I'm finding myself in a eh, I don't know what to say. I'm finding myself in a weird phase of my life as a mother. And when I say that, I particularly mean as far as my kids' fathers go. As we all know, if you're new here, I'm a mother of five. I have four fathers for my children. Unfortunately, you know what? Ain't shit unfortunate about my life, okay? Fortunately, I gave all my kids their own fucking sperm donors, okay? And that's just what the fuck happened. I'm very big on not purposely making the same mistake twice. So therefore, if you know me, you know all my kids are years apart, 3 years, except the boys. The boys are 18 months apart, but the girls are 3 years apart. My youngest daughter is 3 years older than the boys, than the twins. And it ain't like I was just out here dick hopping from one to the next and, just popping out babies. No, I was very careful to an extent. Um, would I say that I was being responsible all the time? Fuck no. But that's life. I had my first kid at 16, so I definitely wasn't fucking being responsible then. But the kids that came later on, the boys, my youngest daughter, she was the only one that was actually planned. Um, but the relationships that I have right now with their fathers, my oldest daughter's father is deceased. That was my best friend and my worst enemy. If you've been here a while, you kind of get to know the story behind me and Derek, um, the relationship there and everything that's just going on. Now, me and Derek, we were kids, so our relationship is very, very different from me and the rest of my children's fathers. Um, we had a lot of healing and a lot of growing to do from childhood. So that took up a lot of our relationship time and us really trying to get to know each other and become parents and do everything that we did in the 5 years that we had as parents together because he passed away after our daughter's fifth birthday. Um, well, not right after, but within that year. So, in the few years that we had together to actually parent and figure our shit out, it was cut short. Zion's dad, which is my youngest daughter, her dad stepped in when Nisa's dad passed away, and he's been he's been dad since he came around, but since Anissa's dad passed away, Zion's dad stepped up and he took on that responsibility for both girls. Never missed a beat. Has he always been on top of his shit? Fuck no. I don't feel like there's a such thing as a man that's always been on top of his shit when it comes to being a parent. Because one, that's a learning process for all of us, especially when it's a new territory. There's a difference in being a step parent than there is in actually being a parent. And I feel like once you're a parent, you make an even better step parent. And I'm not saying that people without kids cannot be amazing step parents because I've seen it, but I feel like once you have that, what is it? What is the word that I'm looking for, people? Help me here. My brain is locking up on me. You got that experience. That's what I'm looking for. The experience of having your own children gives you a different level of experience when it comes to being a step parent. But he's always done his big one when it comes to the girls. Before we had Zion, he had another daughter, but the relationship between him and her mom just wasn't what it should have been, so he wasn't a part of her life. Not to his control, that was something that her mom decided to do. So that's just what we let it be. Um, with the twins that I met him on accident, and everything about our relationship was an accident. I promise you, nothing. I really went after him for his money. I'm not gonna lie. I went after him for his money, and although I got the money, I got something extra too. And well, I actually got double of the extra, okay? Because that man gave me twins. And then decided that he wanted nothing to do with either of us. So, here we are. I didn't trip. I dealt with my responsibility. I took accountability for my stance in the situation and kept it pushing. Here we are now. The twins are 9. They're getting ready to be 10. In 10 years, this man has done a lick of nothing. Okay. I can count on my hand exactly what he's done. He's bought them McDonald's. He took them to get a haircut. He bought them a pair of shoes. All of this happened in the same day. Okay. That was the one and only day that he's ever spent with them in their life outside of my presence. All right. So that about sums up their relationship there. Um, Now, my baby boy, Shy, his father, on the other hand, he is daddy to all the boys, or at least he wants to play the role, right? So I would say tonight is dedicated to baby daddy 2 and 4. My even numbers, baby daddy 2 is great when he does his thing. Right now, he has our daughter full time, and I couldn't be more appreciative because, in all honesty, I have so much going on, and with the boy's dad barely doing anything, I needed something off of my hands. And my daughter's father being able to take her on, and she's living with him full time, and he's taking care of everything. The man rarely ever calls me. Loves it. I love it because keep that same energy because that was the energy that I had when she was with me. I rarely ever called for anything. I just took care of business, right? So I love that, this is where we are right now. Now, the thing is, baby daddy 2 is getting married, right? And I don't have a problem with him getting married. The girl that he's marrying, back in our younger days, we had issues. Like I say, we were all still teenagers when me and him decided to have a baby together. And in the midst, this was a girl that he was dealing with and had been dealing with for years. She just so happened to want to be the one that stuck through all the bullshit with him and, get her a ring. I wasn't that courageous. I'm not gonna hold you. I was not that courageous. I don't want to deal with anybody's son and his bullshit consistently to eventually become his wife. That just wasn't my game plan for anybody. Um, Now back to this, they are getting married, and I love that for them for the simple fact that they have 2 kids together right now. They are not only showing their kids, but they're giving my daughter also a new representation in life of what love looks like. Now, I'm not in their household. I can't speak for their household. I don't know what goes on there on a consistent basis. I'm speaking more from the perspective of my child being the one living there, right? My daughter has my attitude for shit, sure. That's like 100% proven, down to the DNA, legit, seeing as though I've raised her pretty much on my own consistently for the last 11 years. She is me, literally. Like I hawked her up, spit her out. She's exactly me. Only thing is, she looks like her father. With that, this girl is, I'm not going to say she's out there with her father causing hell. What I am going to say is right now, she is a preteen child woman, a preteen young lady at that. And she's not only experiencing living with her father full time for the first time this past year, but now she's experiencing living with her father, living with her other siblings, and having a stepmother in that same vicinity. Um, I know when I was a girl and I moved with my dad, what was that? Sixth grade? That's crazy. She moved with her father the same. No, I moved seventh grade. So she's been there for a year. She's going to seventh. Shit, my baby going to seventh grade this year. She is. Fuck. These kids are getting too old, man. But she's going to seventh grade this year. And I know from experience that when I moved with my father in my seventh grade year, first off, a lot had happened already for me by this time. So, one, I was a completely different child than what my child is. My experiences in life were way heavier than what hers are right now. And not to say that her experiences are lightweight or they don't really matter. It's just more to say that my acting out was, what is the word that I'm looking for? Jesus, guys, my brain is not here today. It must have left. I'm not even high yet. I just wrote up. This is yeah. This is mom brain. That's what this is. This is mom brain. Um, but my actions back then were, I had a good reason for it. Let's just say that. The things that I was going through in life, the reasons why I was acting out and trying to get the attention of the adults around me, word, I had grounds for them. Okay. So it's not to say that she doesn't have grounds. My thing with her is, I have been in your shoes. I have walked the path that you are walking. I have lived the life that you have lived, just under different circumstances. And I'm just trying to get her to understand that acting out is not the way to go. That's not what we want. That's not why we're here. We don't want to make things harder than what they are. We don't want to make things worse than what they are. Her thing is, none of my kids really like rules. They're very defiant. They're very, very rebellious. And I have me to thank for that. I'm not shy to admit that at all. I have me to thank for that. I love that they all have this rebellious spirit in them. One, because it pushes them to limits that they aren't aware that they have. So I try my best not to kill the rebellion because I know what it can do, being the rebellion queen that I am. I know what that can do. And I know to the highs that being rebellious can push you, because when people tell you you can't, you will. When people tell you no and they don't give you a good enough reason on why it's no, you'll figure it out yourself. And with that, I can only be thankful that, God really allowed me to birth a generation of people that, are not going to really take no for an answer without a great explanation. And I know, they say you shouldn't ask why, but guess what? If we don't ask questions, we don't get answers, especially not in-depth answers. If you need to know something and you feel like this is something that's going to affect you, and you don't ask questions, you will never know. You will never figure it out. You will never understand. That's not what I want for my kids. I want them to have understanding. I want them to know, and I want them to make decisions, conscious decisions based upon the things that they see in life. Because I'm not one of those parents who feels like you have to hide your struggle from your kids. My daughter's father, on the other hand, feel like old school. Kids should stay in a kid's place. And yeah, I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, in this world that we're living in, our children are exposed to so much without our knowledge. If they don't get the proper knowledge from us first, people can just feed them anything. So I'm not one of those parents that really sits up and I want to hide my struggle experiences from my kids. I want to hide my hurt from my kids. I want to hide the pain that I'm going through from them. No, if I'm celebrating them, celebrating with them while I'm happy and things are looking good for us and things are up, they gonna see me cry too when shit's not going the way that I want it to go, or when shit's not going the way that I need it to go for all of us to have what it is that we need. So that's one thing that I'm very big on, and that's what me and my daughter's father kind of differ when it comes to raising her. He's more of that sheltered parent, and this is him as a man. Like this was him in our relationship, and this is kind of why we didn't work out because it was just like me being the woman that I am. I understand that men and before me have encountered women that don't take well to them expressing their emotions. They've encountered women that don't allow them that safe space to express their emotions or to be themselves and to be vulnerable with certain shit. I'm not that woman. I'm not that woman. I never have been that woman, and I don't want to be that woman. I I know because I've experienced it myself in dating that people experience other people, and when you open up and you're vulnerable with people, that leaves room for them to use that against you. And I know that people have experienced that, especially men, especially with women. That's a major experience. So I try my damnedest to just make sure whatever man that I'm dating, he knows like this is a safe space. You can be comfortable here, you can talk here, you can say whatever. It's never going to be thrown in your face. It's never going to be used against you like it's a problem or you're a problem. That's hard for men. So even with my daughter's father, like I was saying, basically that's him as a person, and he carries that over into his parenting. Now, where I come in and I tell him and her this all the time, I'm the bridge between the two of them because I know my daughter, I've raised her. I know her father, I've lived with him, I've dated him for years. We've literally grown up together. This man has been in my life since I was 18. I'm 32 now. So just as long as she's been here is as long as we've been together going through life. Whether we were romantically involved or not, we've literally been doing life together for the last 15, 15, 16 years. So yeah, it's been a while. Um, so I have yet to have a conversation with him, and that will happen soon, probably this weekend. I've just been trying to get my own stuff together, but him and my daughter kind of had a big blow up the other day, and she's she's a daddy's girl. She always has been a daddy's girl. So her going to her father to complain about something that he's doing or something that's wrong in his household that she doesn't like, she's not comfortable with it. But where the problem comes in at is when she comes to me and she talks to me, and I'm always the cool parent because I make space for my kids also to know that this is a safe space for them to talk about any and everything. So she comes to me with things, and I have to listen to what she's saying. I have to give her advice and guidance on how to deal with what it is that she's dealing with and how to maneuver and how to speak to him and to his fiance to make sure she's one, being heard, two, not being disrespectful. Now, the thing about my daughter is she's my daughter. So I know when something's bothering her, Disrespect is at the top of the list of how she's coming. Okay. And it's not on purpose, but it's her demeanor, it's her body language, it's just everything about her. Because if she feels like she's not being heard, she's not hearing you. And she's gonna shut down and she's gonna just it is what it is. Like you're gonna get the bitchy side of her, which I can relate because she got it from me, right? So right now I'm at a point with her where I'm having to train her on how to have conversations, like real life adult conversations, because she's getting of age where she can sit people down and tell them, hey, I didn't like when you did this. I didn't like when you did that. I don't like the way you did it this way. I would rather it be done that way, or whatever the case is. But I'm having to train her on how to properly respond and without the disrespect, without the attitude, without the teenage drama effect. Okay, that's what we'll call that. We'll call that the teenage drama effect. I'm trying to get her to understand that life can work without that. Like everybody doesn't know how to deal with the teenage drama effect, and it's to the point where her dad's fiance will reach out to me and she's like, hey, I wanted to talk to you about Zion. And I just she really doesn't know what to do so that she's not overstepping her boundaries, the boundaries that she set, because honestly, we have not had a conversation, none of us, on what boundary lines are and how we're doing things. Honestly, I tell her daddy that's his house. However he runs it, he runs it. He knows my expectations. He knows what's okay and what's not okay with me. So I expect him to keep that in mind when he's setting rules in his house when it comes to my child at bare minimum. So I don't too much try to control what goes on over there. I don't too much even interact or get into their business over there. If I'm being honest, when it comes to my daughter and she's telling me stuff, I'm just like, bro, you need to talk to your dad, because when she's here and she's with me, I deal with that stuff. It's not much that I really pick up the phone and call him for to help me handle with her, because again, she's my child and I know her better than anybody. So I feel like he's trying to have that same outlook on the not reaching out to me to see what it is that he needs to do in order to connect with his daughter. But that's where I come in and we have to have a conversation, because, sir, you're not connecting with her. You're really sitting here and you're being a parent, but that's it. That's as far as it goes. You're just being a parent. It doesn't go past that as far as like the emotional support or just the reassurance and the care that comes after just being a parent. Because I think that's where a lot of us felt neglected as children ourselves, is when our parents were parents, but they didn't come back later with that love. It was no follow up of care and reassurance of how we were feeling and telling us that our feelings weren't invalid, just redirecting that emotion and helping us understand it better. So I think that's where me and him are right now, is we need to get on the same page of how discipline goes and how the effect after the discipline goes and what we should be doing. Because one thing about it, I am raising my kids to be emotionally aware. And if the people in their lives are not going to guide them when it comes to their emotions, by all means, give me my baby back. Because I'm not trying to raise no kids that's fucked up and they need to heal from their childhood. As of right now, my kids, we done been through some shit, but they ain't been through no shit like I was going through shit at their age. So their healing from childhood isn't to the extreme of like, oh, it was sexual abuse, it was, anything of that nature, any type of abuse. So it's more so just like, we done been homeless a couple times. Is that rain? That was just a flash of rain. Oh, that just looks so cool. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sitting here staring out the window. But, it's not anything that they really have to fully heal from. It may just be some things that's just like, oh, okay, well, now that I'm an adult, I kind of understand why my mom reacted this way, or why she did this, or why, we couldn't do this at this time. But when it comes to the boys, I'm really in a space where it's just like, I don't want to fully cut their father off because I feel like children need their fathers, whether they're good for them or not. I feel like the presence of a dad is going to allow that child to make decisions in full emotional capacity when they get older. Because the thing is, right now with the boys and the way that their dad is, he doesn't do anything, and it blows my fucking mind because he makes it. He tries to act like he's the best thing around here as far as when it comes to being a parent, but you don't do anything financially. You don't see them. You don't call. It's just a lot you don't do. Like I don't even want to go down the whole list of what's not being done because it's just a bunch of bullshit. But it's just a lot you don't do, and if I cut it right now and cut contact, just stop talking to him, stop allowing him access to them altogether. When they grow up, it's gonna be a yearn for him. It's gonna be, oh, my mom kept him away, or she did this, or she did. It's gonna
TJ, too
Jones, you
cool.
want one?
Know the vibe. Yes, sir.
Sorry about that, guys. It's just a lot that they're gonna look for. So I'm really trying not to allow them to feel that way. So I leave that door open so that they can see the consistent pattern of whatever it is that he shows them. So when they get older, they know what's going on here. Um, and I feel like that's going to be a good thing for all of us because that's not going to leave any closed doors for me. Nothing that I feel like I'm hiding from them, nothing that I feel like I'm keeping them from. And it's going to allow them to really make conscious decisions as they grow older and they start seeing what's really going on around here. But we're gonna take a break because I need y'all to go ahead and check out Go. Duh. It's a summer hit and we just gonna keep going with it because that's what the fuck we doing right now. So TJ Too Cool and Prince Double O, go. I'll be back. See y'all in a sec.
TJ, too
Jones, you
cool.
want one?
Know the vibe. Yes, sir. Move, move. They got me back in that mood. Yes, sir. I like my bitches and dudes. Yeah, I'm about to act a fool. Lame nigga, who are you? Who are you? Better not make a move. Hell nah. At the ball, my boom. I feel like pop with the juice. Making a mess. Soon as I step, tripping right out through the room. Shorty a mess by the ocean, that's all on my neck. She loving the view. Yeah, I'm in love with the cheese, but don't fuck with rats. I hate ratatouille. Lights, camera, action. When I'm outside, I'm making the move. Click, click.
All my killers don't go. Always strapped on the go. Everywhere that we go. Green light is a go. Go, go. Yeah, I'm always on the go. To the top, I'm on the go. I never stop, I'm on the go. Go, go. Shorty twerking, she don't go. That ass fat, she don't go. I get behind it, this a go. Go, go. Everywhere that I go. You know I'm always on go. Everybody on go. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
Let's go, let's go.
Go, go, go.
Let's go, let's go.
Go, go.
Up and then boom, up and then boom. Ballin' like magic, I fly on the broom. This ain't no Mazda, but it go zoom. Fuck on your hoe, but I'm not in the mood. It's back to the G's, I gotta make moves. I hit up a eye, bought a boy for his loot. Back to the track, cause I gotta recruit. When I send a few shots and it's hotter than soup. Back got a drum and I'm letting it loose. Was down for a minute, been up for a few. I'm at a spot, got a curl on the toes. I'm fly with the drip, finna jump in the roads. You know my drip, so I wait for the trolls. Back in that mood, pass to the bros. I'm out in the west, so you know that I told them I stay with them killers. Let's go, let's go.
All my killers don't go. Always strapped on the go. Everywhere that we go. Green light is a go. Go, go. Yeah, I'm always on the go. To the top, I'm on the go. I never stop, I'm on the go. Go, go. Shorty twerking, she don't go. That ass fat, she don't go. I get behind it, this a go. Go, go. Everywhere that I go. You know I'm always on go. Everybody on go. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
Why y'all ain't told me how y'all feeling about this music? I done had a few feedbacks, and I done got some good feedback, so I'm feeling that. But where's everybody else at? Where's everybody else at? I need y'all, okay? I got some stuff coming up, and if y'all ain't gonna interact with the little stuff that I'm doing, how we gonna get to the big stuff, huh? What we doing? What we doing? Let's get it together, okay? I love y'all. I need y'all. We gotta do teamwork, make the dream work here, okay? Um, but we do have our 21-day Bible study course for couples that is coming very, very soon. In the finish line of this, okay? And I'm so excited and I'm so ready just for everybody to see what I've been working on and how much time and effort I'm putting into this because this is something that is so near and dear to me because I've just been growing my relationship with God, and I feel like any relationship that I'm in, it has to coincide with what I have going already. Okay, so if it doesn't, I don't want it, and it's a top priority for me. So I'm gonna make sure that this is something that is definitely working out for the collective. Okay, anything that I do for myself, I make sure that I give back to you guys because I feel like not only is it gonna be helpful for me, it's definitely going to be helpful for everybody else. And that's just the way I live life, right? So, back to our topic at hand. I've been somebody's mom for 16 years come this September. Okay. So, this time 16 years ago, I was pregnant, preparing for my first kid at the age of 16. And I don't know. I was a kid. I was a kid. Let's say that I was a kid making adult decisions, and ever since then, the decisions didn't stop. I mean, they didn't stop. They haven't stopped. They won't stop. I honestly, they increase. It seems like every couple of seconds, it's something else that I have to decide on, something else that I have to do. But that's just a part of life and it's a part of the journey of becoming. So I'm getting very, very comfortable with understanding who I am, what it is that I'm doing, and where it is that I'm going. One thing I'm very big on is when it comes to this parenting thing, God really, He did His big one with me. Because if you know my life before having kids, I was, I'm not gonna say I was a horrible kid. Honestly, life didn't really get bad for me until, and I'm not even gonna say bad, it didn't get challenging for me until I started having children and I had to make decisions for more than just myself. When I was a firecracker popping off, going off, doing things that I wanted to do for just me, I was good. I'd rather it ended bad or it went great. You know, I was still content in my decision because at the end of the day, it was my decision. But becoming somebody's mom, it started making me look at things different and it started making me evaluate life differently than what I did prior to. And now that my daughter is about to be 16 and she's a young woman, she's very she knows herself. Okay, that's one thing I will say. You can't change her mind about who she is, where she's going, and what she's doing, because she also is me. She is going to do what makes her happy, and I love that because that shows me that I did the best job I could of raising her. Because I could have a child out here who's following behind the crowd, who's doing this, who's doing that, but she's not doing things that, I know she was raised to do, if that makes sense. But she's not. She's like actually living the best life she could for a 16-year-old girl and being who she's choosing to be every day, even with the things that have gone wrong and the things that she's faced in life as far as her challenges go. She's still being the best version of herself every day, and I couldn't ask for anything better. Honestly, I feel like that about all my kids. I feel like every day they get up to be the best version of themselves that they have to give for the day. Even if that gets on my fucking nerves or it drives me fucking insane, because these boys definitely drive me insane on a day to day. But I feel like nonetheless, they all come and they give 100% of themselves on a daily basis. So that just warms my heart. It makes me feel great, and it does something to me because I'm seeing my parenting reflect in them. And that's good and bad because even with that, I know it's stuff that I still need to change. It's stuff that I need to make better, and it's stuff that we can still improve as a family. So that's where I am now at this stage in life. I'm working on that. Interruptions, minor interruptions. But, I just feel like at this phase that I am right now, if I had to sit down and give myself a graded report card, I would really have all straight A's, a couple A pluses in some categories, but I feel like at bare minimum, I would have straight A's. The one thing that I am working on right now, especially with the girls, because the boys, we have it down packed. They're with me every day. So they're good at praying. They're good at, making sure we're praying over our food before we eat. I'm working on with them now is getting up in the morning and praying. We pray before bed. So, it's little things like that that I'm trying to reincorporate into our daily routine because at one point I was really big on it, but life gets in the way and we fell off. So I'm at a point now where not only am I building my I really hate when he does that. I'm building my relationship spiritually, but I'm making sure that they're staying in alignment with where I'm going. So now I'm working on with the girls. I text them every morning. We have a group chat. So I text the group chat every morning with a prayer. I send them just a little note just to let them know, no matter what's going on or how far away we are from each other, life is going to be just that, but we're still together. They still have me. They still have everything it is that they need from me to do what it is that they need me to do, right? And I think that's the biggest thing right now with us being at a distance, especially having daughters and them being women. We have a tendency as women to really go harder on our daughters than we do our sons. That was one thing that I never wanted. I never wanted to be in a place where I feel like it was a power struggle between me and my girls. Because one, I'm your mother. I birthed you. There's nothing about you that I'm going to be jealous about. There's nothing about you that I'm going to dislike. It's nothing about you that I'm going to hate. But I need them to also understand, it's still a dynamic of respect and it's still a dynamic of boundaries that we all need to have with each other. So that's what I work on with them most importantly is, just that love, honor, and care that we have to have for each other as women. Because uh it's a different dynamic for black women and their daughters. I'll say that. Being a woman and being raised by my mother alone and being the firstborn daughter. If you're the firstborn daughter with a mama from back in the day, you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. It's a lot of trauma and stuff that we went through. So I made sure that my daughters being the oldest two, I didn't have that type of relationship with them. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted to set as the tone for what we had. So I made sure that everything surrounding us was always positive, even when I had to be the asshole parent, because I'm not gonna say I've always just been this cool parent. No, I make sure discipline is in order. I take shit, I counsel shit. If it's not up to par, we not doing it. But They're amazing. So it's not much I would say with my girls that I really had to put too much effort into, which is probably kind of why I'm too lenient on these boys, is because these girls set the bar of damn near perfection. Okay. I didn't really have to do too much tweaking with them. Now these boys, on the other hand, they're overly giving me a run for my money. It's like pulling teeth and knocking heads into walls around here. But I feel like they're just being boys. And, just with that proper guidance and the direction, they'll get to where they need to be and do what it is that they need to do as they get older and they really start, you know, grasping concepts of being a man and living and doing things for themselves and understand how things operate. Um, they can wait. All right. So now it's just all about placing them in some structure and getting them more active and out of the house. Because at the moment they are fucking homebodies and all they want to do is sit up and play the game. And that shit is annoying as fuck. Just go be a kid, please. Get out my face, go run and play and just do what kids do. They don't want to do that. These new age kids are techno kids, and I hate that for the generation of children that we have right now. Because what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we just focused on devices? That's a big ick for me. But I understand it. A lot of parents had to focus on other things, and we needed something to keep them distracted, which is pretty much why my boys became tablet babies, because I was always at work and their father just shoved a tablet in their face. So I mean, kept them occupied for the time. But now it's time for a switch of direction. It's time for some new things, some new experiences, some new just everything. Life is just gonna be brand new. Like that's just where I'm at right now. It's just I want brand new everything. I want to feel brand new. So it starts with me. And what is starting with me is only gonna trickle down and overflow into them and just set the tone for the way that they live their life and how they really strive for things and the understanding they have in life and the way they set goals and the dreams that they have. I feel like when you become a parent, life, they say life is no longer about you, but honestly, life becomes more about you when you become a parent because now you have however many children you birth or, you help create, you have all those eyes watching you. And if you ain't feel like a star in your own movie before, you should then because you definitely got an audience. And they're always watching. They're always listening. They're always paying attention, even when we think they're not. They're always watching our actions, our moves. Just, that's how they pick up on things and they start to internalize those things. The things that we do and we go through and our reactions and responses to things becomes who our children are and how they handle things and how they react. And y'all know me. That's my biggest self-reflection. If I didn't get hype about myself before I had children, man, I'm not even gonna tell you that I was hype about myself having kids. I just got here. Like, just really got to the point where I'm hype about me. Like, there's nothing anybody can tell me that's gonna make me feel any type of way. There's nothing anybody can tell me to make me stop feeling how I feel about myself because I'm hype about me. Like I don't play about me no more. I've set boundaries. I've really learned lessons in life that taught me where it was that I needed to be so that I'm the proper representation for them because I seen the way that my insecurities and my flaws were tearing me down on the inside and the things that I thought that my kids would be safe from had I protected them, protected that stuff within myself. I thought my kids would be safe from that. But that was the biggest lie I could have ever told them. I could have ever told me. Because I didn't tell them that. That was the biggest lie I could have ever told myself, was that I'm protecting my kids from the things that I went through and my life experiences by not showing them that. Because one, if I didn't show it and I held it in, it came out as anger, and that anger became directed to them when they do things. It's not everybody wants to talk tonight. I don't. That was my niece. I have to call her. But yeah, the biggest thing about everything is just really understanding that the things we really try to hide and protect our kids from outpour in so many other ways. As much as we try to protect them from the things that, we feel like is going to harm them or damage them, we can't. That's just not the way that life works. And I didn't want my kids to see me. Oh, excuse me, I have to sneeze. I think it's coming. Ooh, okay, nose is itching. But I didn't want my kids to have to heal from me. Like, it's one thing to have to heal from childhood and, experiences, but I did not want to be the parent that they had to heal from, or the parent that they grew up and they escaped from and never wanted to return. That's not something that I want for my kids. I want them to feel like home is always a safe space. They're always welcome with open arms if anything is going wrong. They can always come back home. I want them to understand that my love for them would never change. It would only grow. It would never decrease. It's nothing in this world that can make me decrease my love for them. But the fact that the love will grow and it will become more, just more of a safe haven for them. Like, that's my biggest thing with my kids is I really want them to understand that home is safe. And I need my kids' fathers to really get on board with that. Because if they don't, my kids are gonna have a different outlook on them. And I don't care what nobody say. If your kids don't feel like you're a safe space, what the fuck are you doing as a parent? That's just I just don't understand. What are you doing as a parent? Unless your kid's just a total fuck up and you kind of disown them so that they can't get their shit together. That's a different story. It's only so much that we can take. Even as parents, we have to draw boundary lines with our children. I'm not saying take on all the bullshit that they dish out because kids can be assholes. But what I am saying is if your kid is an asshole like that, it's time for you to do a reality check because that asshole wasn't created by just the world. They spend more time at home under your care or under the care of whoever you put them in the hands of. So again, that in reflection always falls back on us as the parents. And I think that's where a lot of our parents failed is they could never self-reflect to really understand what it was that they were dishing out, even if it wasn't on purpose. It was never, and now I'm speaking from my own experience. I don't feel like my mother ever had a moment of self-reflection when it came to the things that I was doing and how I was acting out trying to get her attention. And that's kind of what drew a major distance between us and got me to the point where, I kind of just started listening to myself. It was really nothing that nobody else could tell me. Like, I really got to that point where all the adults around me were, in my eyes, shitty. And everybody was an example of what I did not want to be or what I didn't want to surround myself with. So, that was a big thing for me to make sure my kids didn't feel like when it came to me. I don't care how they feel about nobody else. That's not my business. But when it comes to me, yeah, I'm very big on that. And their fathers, I'll say that too. Because I don't want them to feel any bad blood because at the end of the day, we all have learning and growing to do. and it all happens at different times. But I feel like I'm enough of a bitch to their fathers for them to get their shit together, that they don't have to be, that they can still have a good relationship with them, even though they probably aren't 100% who they could have been in their life. That's just an experience they had to go through, and it's just a part of the story and just a part of the journey of what we have to offer in this world. So, who knows? The boys having a shitty ass dad may make them be amazing men and fathers. They might go over above and beyond for whatever woman they, get pregnant and start a family with. So it's just all about the perspective. It can't always be negative, and I don't want to always view the negative aspect of things. I kind of just, hey, babe, babe. So it's just like not really. I don't want them to live with that. I don't want them to carry that. I want them to have more of a positive perspective than anything about everything that they go through, and really understand that life is just that. It's a lot of stuff we can control, but it's a lot of stuff that we can't. And it's gonna be more shit we can't control than it is shit that we can. So you might as well focus on what can be controlled and what you can do and how you can make decisions and be a better person versus not. Because if you focus on the shit that you can't control, I promise you, you're gonna feel like you're spiraling out every chance you get. And that's not good for anybody. I really hate for people to be assholes. See how the devil be trying? He be trying. It's okay. We just gonna overlook that. But yeah, it's just really try to keep it all positive because positivity is a key factor in life. It makes life a little easier. If you see everything is so positive, and I'm not saying don't feel the emotion, you got to. You gotta feel the emotion. You gotta understand why you're feeling that way towards whatever is taking place. And then you gotta change the trajectory of it. Like really, really, really give give it a full 180 on how you're viewing it and move forward so that those feelings don't hinder you. Because if you allow yourself to sit in those emotions and just feel the negativity of it all, not find a piece of positivity in any situation, it's gonna make you bitter. It's gonna make you angry. It's gonna fill your heart with hate. And that's not the way God intended for us to live. That's why I try to tell everybody when people have wronged you, you can't sit up and internalize that wrongdoing or penalize yourself because, oh, what did I do to make them do this? It was nothing that you ever did to make them do anything. It was the experiences in life that they've had that they have not healed from that's making them be the person that they are. And it's the experiences in life that, shape how we do things, how we move, how we just handle life in itself. And because there's a lot going on, I'm gonna close this out, y'all. We gonna chop it up next week. I'm working on getting myself put up somewhere where I can do this. But yeah, we gonna take it out with same old by TJ Too Cool. And I love y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe, follow the YouTube.
TJ, too cool. Just one for you. I just wanna put a smile on your face. Love when I grip up on your waist. Kissing on your lips, I wanna taste. With me in the bed, take you to another place. Put you up in the latest fashion. Looking like a meal, I put you on a platter. You told me if I want it, I could have it. Well, baby, I want it, let me have it. The vibe I give you feels different. I am what you've been missing. Your body is so damn tempting. You control all my senses. Always keep it real, no pretending. You done with your ex, glad that's finished. Never leave your side, I'm committed. Baby, I never leave your side, I'm committed. I just wanna let you know, yeah, that I'm here for you. You can call me whenever you need me. You ain't gotta worry, I'll be there in a hurry, girl. There's nobody else who's gonna treat you like I do. Yeah, and that's a fact. And when it's good, it always comes right back, girl. I'm not the same old, same old. I know you used to the same old, same old. Girl, I'm nothing like the lame old, lame old. When you with me, it's not the same, no, same, no. I'm not the same old, same old. I know you used to the same old, same old. Girl, I'm nothing like that lame old, lame old. When you with me, it's not the same, no, same, no. Baby, I just wanna love. We can talk, we ain't gotta fuss. Whenever we fight and we making up, I'ma do your body right till the sun come up. When you with the sweet, we can cuddle up. Tell me when you had enough. Give you the pleasure, you can feel a rush. Freaking with no breaks, ain't no giving up. Got you going crazy off one touch. The way I blow your mind, it's amazing. You're biting the pillow, legs shaking. Telling me hold on, you can't take it. Know you've been waiting on the real one. Ain't gotta wait no more, cause I'm the real one. Giving you what you need, baby, and some. Doing things you never done, now I got you sprung. I just wanna let you know, yeah, that I'm here for you. You can call me whenever you need me. You ain't gotta worry, I'll be there in a hurry, girl. There's nobody else who's gonna treat you like I do. Yeah, and that's a fact. And when it's good, it always comes right back, girl. I'm not the same old, same old. I know you used to the same old, same old. Girl, I'm nothing like the lame old, lame old. When you with me, it's not the same, no, same, no. I'm not the same old, same old. I know you used to the same old, same old. Girl, I'm nothing like the lame old, lame old. When you with me, it's not the same, no, same, no. You said your last ain't treat you good. I know I'm a good dude with good intentions from the hood. Treat you like a queen, cause he had you misunderstood. It's about that time that you leave that lane for good, you feel me? Ain't nothing like it when you always near me. Looking at your pretty face, staring in your eyes glancing. Rubbing all up on your butt while we steady kissing. When we first linked, me and you was a good mixture. You seen it all for yourself, always a big difference. Give it 100%, always keep it a Benji. I'm with you, you with me, other chicks can get me. Showed you how to love, filled your heart cause it was empty. Ain't no more looking back on your past. Focus on this future, girl, let's get this cash. People going, hey, we sit back and laugh. Rather chill up on the beach, forget chilling on the app. Plane rides, trying to put you on the nicest trip. Drifting designer looking good in the nicest fits. Girl, you had just like a fever, let me check your tip. He had you broken, wasn't nothing that I couldn't fix. I had to slide right through, you fell right through. Found me at LMA, cause she my boo. Wherever I go, you know she come too. Rockin' with you forever, mom, stuck with you, yeah, I'm not the same old, same old. I know you used to the same old, same old. Girl, I'm nothing like the lame old, lame old. When you with me, it's not the same, no, same, no. I'm not the same old, same old. I know you used to the same old, same old. Girl, I'm nothing like that lame old, lame old. When you with me, it's not the same, no, same, no.